This is Sam Drinks Beer, and this is part 2. So, yeah, part 2 of the Ronseal beers, the final part as well. So, I've just reviewed the Northern Monk Ronseal collaboration Deep Medium Oak Best Bitter. So, you can watch that. If you haven't watched that one yet, go watch it, or there might be spoilers. So yeah, now we're on to the Harvest Gold, the Saison, 5.8% Saison. I'm not gonna lie, Saison is probably a style I can sort of take or leave a bit. You know, some of them are good, some of them I just find a bit meh. You know, I like Belgian, but love Belgian style beers, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't say Saison is my favourite ever style of beer. But hey ho, don't get me wrong, I don't hate them. They're just styles I'd rather have. But it smells quite hoppy actually. Let's just open it up. Almost smells a bit like a pale ale. Yeah, it smells like it almost doesn't really smell like a Saison. Because it's quite sort of, smells a bit like, honestly, smells a bit like a West Coast IPA. Yeah, it's quite sort of piffy orange and sort of resinous sort of notes and hoppiness and pine. I guess there's a slight sort of funkiness you get in Saisons, but yeah, it even looks like a West Coast IPA, to be honest, doesn't it? Yeah, Saisons are usually a bit sort of lighter. But okay, now I'm getting that sort of funkiness coming through now, a bit more. That sort of, you know, that sort of typical sort of Belgian smell. It smells good though, actually. It smells good. Let's dive in. Interesting. So it's quite hoppy on the flavour as well. Is there hops in this, does it say? Okay, as Lupamax, Huel Melon and Idaho 7 in it. Well, obviously there's hops in it. I meant are they like sort of, you know, like prominent, proper like named sort of hops, because like, if you know what I mean. Yes, it's just, it's like a Saison West Coast IPA hybrid, really, in taste. Because it does have that sort of Belgian-y taste and that sort of funkiness. But it's piney and resinous, and you'll get a lot of piffy orange. Lemon. It's got more to it than the Best Bitter, if I'm honest. The Best Bitter got 3.25. So it was a solid beer. But I'd had it on cask before and it's better. I've never had this before. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm getting sort of the Idaho 7's tape flavours sort of coming through a bit more. Sort of like a bit sort of like tea flavours. And they complement the sort of Saison style quite well, if I'm honest. I think this is my sort of Saison. I like this. It's really, really different. It's, you know, I would argue this one doesn't necessarily do what it says on the tin. Unlike the sort of best bitter, which was just a straight up bitter, because this is not a straight up Saison. This is, yeah, this has got some other qualities. This is like a, yeah, like I said, like a Saison West Coast IPA hybrid. I wouldn't even say I got the colour right on this one, to be honest. Like, the best... I didn't hold up the last can, actually, to the beer, but at least the colour on this one was matched the beer, because it really doesn't on this one. It's way lighter on the can. That's what I mean, that's the sort of colour you'd expect a Saison to be. And, yeah, like I said, it's like it's the colour of a West Coast IPA as well. Or even a lager-like colour. It's got very ambery. There's a slight bit of melon coming from the Huel melon. But I said the Idaho 7 is the more prominent hop in here. This is interesting. Really interesting. Now, I'm not one of these who's going to sort of be too harsh on it for not maybe being the most sort of accurate as I expected. You know, judging it on the beer, and it is a Saison. It's got Saison qualities to it, but I think if someone offered me this, I'd think it's maybe like a farmhouse IPA, maybe like a West Coast. I don't know, like a West Coast maybe farmhouse IPA sort of hybrid sort of thing. You know, but it's interesting. Right, let's rate this up. For me, I like that. I prefer it to the bitter. And if I'm honest, going into them, I would have thought I would have preferred the bitter just because I prefer bitter as a style to Saison. But it makes it really interesting here, you know. I think, if I'm honest, I think they've done themselves an injustice, actually, by doing this beer as part of, like, the Ronseal beers, because it does exactly what it says on the tin. Because actually, this is a really sort of interesting take on the Saison, and I wouldn't say it does what it says on the tin. I would say it's, you know, it's a bit different. So to rate this up, I'm gonna give this a 4. I like that. That's a 4 out of 5 beer. That. Not what I was expecting, and definitely a very good beer. Forget the gimmicky marketing. It's a good beer in its own right. Pardon me. So yeah. Oh, bloody hell! It's quite effervescent. Is that the word, effervescent? Probably pronouncing that wrong. I pronounce a lot of words wrong, don't I? But this has been a review of the Northern Monk X Ronseal collaboration of the Harvest called Saison. If you haven't watched it already, obviously watch the previous review of the Medium Oak Best Bitter. Please like and subscribe. Drop us your thoughts in the comments. Add me on Untappd, subjects me 93, follow me on Instagram, subjects me YT, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.